All right, hi there. This is Steven with Karma Astrology, and I was coming to you live from Santa Fe, New Mexico to talk about the moon as it resides in the sign of Pisces today in the general astrological forecast. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Vedic astrologer, and that means I use the sidereal or star-oriented zodiac. And I'll show you in a little bit later in the video what that looks like in the sky. It actually matches up with the sky perfectly. It's a little different than the tropical or western zodiac, which is what we typically practice here in the West and in, I guess, Europe and the Western world. But this zodiac is actually a little more accurate when it comes to where the actual positions of the constellations and the stars and all of that jazz is. And then on top of that, excuse me, I use the Indian constellations just to give a daily idea of what the energy of each day is going to be. So right now we're about to head into Uttara Bhadrapada, which is the midsection of Pisces in the sky. And when I say we, I mean the moon, and that's that MO in that top corner. If you see that MO in turquoise, that's moon, next to ME, Mercury, and SU, sun. And the moon is basically, it goes through one of these nakshatras or Indian constellations every day in the month. So each moon cycle or each month basically has one different nakshatra energy for each day. That's why every day feels a little different because the moon is moving about 13 degrees and 20 minutes every single day. Maybe a little bit more than that. Excuse me. So, that being said, the moon today is in Uttara Bhadrapada. And Uttara Bhadrapada, Uttara means the latter, or the second. Bhadra means blessed, and Pada means foot. Excuse me, I have a little bit of allergies and whew, had to get that sneeze out. All right, apologize about that. But yeah, so moon is in the latter or the later of the blessed feet. That's the constellation it's in the sky. And that constellation is all about inner awareness and our growing, expansive inner awareness and all of the different things that kind of brings up the realm of the inner psyche and deep inner psychological just mechanisms. It has to do with diving deep into whatever subject matter that we're interested in and research. It's a very interesting and thorough and just foundational nakshatra in terms of it's a very basic, pure, and uh, yeah, it's kind of just like a pure energy. Pisces is a water sign, and Uttara Bhadrapada is ruled by the deity or the I guess tutelary archetype or the energy of this nakshatra is associated with the god in Vedic astrology or in the Vedas that is the god of the deep underground waters. This is Ahir Budnya. Now Ahir Budnya is also this kind of water serpent he's called, or this deep the serpent of the depths, the serpent of the deep. So it kind of deals with any sort of primordial type of energy, and in Indian, I guess, culture and in that kind of region of the world, we talk about the Kundalini energy. And the Kundalini energy is this coiled serpent at the base of our spine, the base of our tailbone, basically, in the center of our core of our body. And this serpent or this serpentine energy, if we do specific practices and techniques, we are able to kind of bring this energy up and up and up through our central channel. There's a little channel that runs through the very center. If you imagine the center of your core of your upper body, in the very center, there's like the spiritual spine, as we call it. And if you're able to kind of focus your attention through different techniques and systems of study, like Kundalini energy for one, of course, or Kundalini yoga is one way that they explore this practice. But anyways, these techniques allow you to kind of lift this energy up and reach this sort of enlightened state of consciousness or a higher state of awareness. So this nakshatra has a lot to do with rising that energy and all sorts of uh, maybe hidden or occulted techniques of doing that. Now here Bunya, there's a lot of wisdom involved in this nakshatra. There's a lot of grace and blessings that come on a day like today. So today is a great day for our spiritual practices. It's a great day for meditating in general and for study or any sort of awareness expanding activities, yoga, all that kind of stuff. And in terms of the astronomy, here I'll go over to where that is in the sky. This is, like I said, in the middle of Pisces, but it's actually this set of stars are considered to be, there we go, in the constellation of Pegasus and Andromeda, actually. So you can see here's Pegasus, and I can't really show you my pointer, unfortunately, but kind of those two stars that are closer to where the sun is, that giant light ball, here it is, here's the sun, you can see that. And you can see the moon down here and how that's kind of approaching the sun as we get to the new moon tomorrow. And Andromeda is this constellation up here in this region. So basically this area of the sky is what we're experiencing over the next 24 hours. And that's around 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time U.S. and whatever that translates to in the rest of the world. I guess that would be pretty close to midnight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's about midnight in the UK, and so if you're in Europe, you know what UK time is. So, uh, you know, you can account for that, or take your calculation from there. So that 24-hour period starting at midnight in the UK, which is just a few minutes from now, that's when this energy is, the moon goes into this sign, and that's for the next 24 hours after that is when we're really feeling this kind of energy in the sky. Now, let me go back to the chart. And if you have any questions, if you're here in the chat, feel free to let me know and ask away. I'm happy to talk about anything. But in the meantime, I'm just going to keep on going with this forecast if I don't see anything in the chat. So looks like nobody said anything. That's cool. Let's go back here. Okay. So yeah, this star, Uttara Bhadrapada, it definitely comes with an air of grace, this kind of inner awareness or expanding consciousness, as I've been talking about. So a great day to focus on your psyche, on your spirit, on all the things that kind of light you up, all the things that are maybe deep within your consciousness, for exploring what's underneath the surface of your thoughts and your feelings, and what can really what's triggering them, what that kind of base energy, like I was saying, those base emotions. And kind of looking into that, we might have a little bit of a better view into those hidden areas, or the areas that are a little harder to reach on other days in general. There's a lot of creativity at our disposal on a day like today. We should be generally pretty happy. It's a very gentle energy in a way where, excuse me, there's just a lot of this kind of, gentleness and peacefulness that comes with these deep, still waters. Like if you think about the bottom of the ocean, there's not much movement there in the currents. It's very, very still and deep and peaceful. And it might be cold, and it might be just hard to get to and dark, but it's still very steady. So that kind of means that we'll have a little bit more steadiness, we'll have a little bit more peace at our disposal, and the ability to just stay calm, stay grounded, and maybe observe the deep, dark stuff that on another day where we'd feel a little too upset or freaked out or scared. On a day like today, we're feeling grounded and we're feeling happy enough to be able to look at our darkness. So this also kind of ties into a need for seclusion on a day like today. It's actually a good day to be with your partner, though, and it's a good day if you have one, or it's also a good day um, for any sort of relationships or kind of sexual energy. It tends to be a very fertile nakshatra, so if you're planning on conceiving a child, or if you'd like to, today is a great day to do it. Um, it's in Pisces, as I was saying, and Pisces is this deep, inner, expansive water sign, and since it's in the center of Pisces, you can kind of tell how Uttara Bhadrapada and Pisces have that same kind of core energy. So this inner mysticism, this inner meaningfulness that's expansive, that we can tap into when we're still, when we're quiet, when we're just when our thoughts just kind of find this sense of stillness. And it's a little bit easier to still the mind on a day like today. So it's also a day that's good for oratory skills or writing ability, because we can just stay still and calm and centered and kind of just evaluate all the different kind of structures in writing and the different things that we need to do in order to focus single pointedly on an issue and really cover it from every angle. Excuse me. In terms of other favorable activities, anything involving psychic development, uh, definitely charitable activities are always advised on every day, really, but it's an especially good day for it. Gardening, construction, um, art, and any sort of artistic, ventures you want to take on. It's not a good day for travel. It's not a good day for being confrontational or, trying to be aggressive or take on difficult challenges that involve a lot of maybe cunning or any sort of aggression or that kind of vibe. It's a very peaceful and calm day, so keep that in mind. It's a good day to focus on being gentle and not let any sort of maybe other parts of you get aggressive or get triggered too much, although it shouldn't be too hard not to get triggered today because it lends itself more towards apathy than aggression. So we tend to kind of check out rather than engage with the energy when the moon is in this section of the sky. It's not a great day for like extreme physical exertion or anything. It's much more of a placid energy. That's basically it for the moon. In terms of the other planets, Venus, as you can see over here, that's the VE above Uranus. And Venus is in you can see, boom, it's right in 0 degrees and 0 minutes of Aries, so welcome to Venus in Aries. So Venus was just exalted when it was in Pisces because we can feel this sort of um, pleasure and happiness and maybe a sense of joy when we're in this kind of uh, isolated, escapist, internal landscape. And now that Venus has moved into Aries, we're feeling pleasure and joy and a sort of sense of respect. We're looking for those principles and in our interpersonal relationships. Those are all things that Venus means or symbolizes. And in Aries, it's about starting something new and passionately, kind of aggressively attacking something, for better or worse. So be careful not to get too aggressive with partners. That could be the aggressive energy that's, kind of the other pole of where the moon is right now. And then Venus can definitely get a little rash. We can lose our sense of respect for other people a lot more quickly. We get kind of curt. We get terse. We just are a little too short with other people, and we don't have as much patience when things are in Aries. So it's a good time to remember to slow down. Whoop! Almost knocked my computer off. To slow down, to focus on maybe starting something new in your relationship that you and your partner are really passionate about, or maybe trying maybe I don't know, just being more open-minded about relationships and not too um, sensitive or prone to fighting and other Aries qualities. Now let's see, is there anything else that's moved? I mean, the moon is getting very close to Mercury and the sun. Tomorrow we're going to have, or it looks like the next day. So 2 days from now, we're going to have that new moon, and I'll do a special forecast for that. And that'll be at the very end of Pisces, this kind of last new moon in the astrological year, as I call it. Since Aries is that first sign and Pisces is the last sign, and that new moon kind of marks the beginning of a cycle, even though it's kind of right at the end of the zodiac. And the next cycle will start very soon when the moon and sun move right into Aries a couple days after this new moon. But in general, excuse me, the moon is is basically this new moon is a very peaceful time. It's a time of letting go. It's a time of surrendering, and just kind of and all of these themes that are similar to Uttara Bhadrapada, even though Revati is the nakshatra of the new moon, and Revati is this very last sign in the zodiac, and it kind of ushers us into the afterlife, or the end of a cycle, the end of an activity. Or you can think of cycles in all aspects of your life. From the day cycle, at the end of the day, you got to just rest and relax and clear your mind and find some inner peace so that you can fall asleep and just kind of enter that Piscean dreamland area. So it's definitely the time to slow down, go inside, maybe be alone or alone with the people that you love, and just take it easy. So that's my forecast for the day. I hope you got a lot out of this and enjoyed it. Oh, look. Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you, Dennis. But yeah, rewatch and let me know what you think. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the chat below if you have any questions or comments, or you want to say hi or anything. And then hit the subscribe button if you want to see these videos on the reg, because I plan on keeping on going every day. So otherwise, have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.